mientras doy gracias al mundo por dejarme respirarlo. Un nuevo día me recibe brillando. Camino como si Benigni estuviera rodando, como si tuviera la atención de todo el campo. Es mi última jugada.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tonight it's...
Tell them sit down. Be humble.
Hello and thanks for joining us. Now it's ended down to David Aldridge standing by from the sidelines.
Hey, Kev.
Thanks, David. Right on the money. Philly's passion for sports is something that makes them so unique. Clark, good rebounding teams tonight. What makes these teams so strong, so reliable on the glass?
Well, initially it starts with good, solid defense because you're in better rebounding position when your defense isn't spread out and rotating. And then you locate players, box them out, master those basic fundamentals. And then the other thing is you pursue the ball. I mean, when it comes down to it, rebounding is about positioning and going after the ball.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Victor Oladipo. Thompson is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Tatum, and it's Rose in at the one.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on Dwight Howard.
And Rose not always focused on creating contact, but with his physical gifts, a lot of times he leaves the defense no choice. And it's really all about the evolution of Derrick Rose, finding out how to be more effective at this stage of his career. And, you know, I think he's done a good job of not relying on his outside shot as much. Still can attack and get to the rim, and it's starting to lead to better results.
Now, here is Smith. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Shot clock at 5. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Rebound by the 76ers. For Rose, the outside shot was something that never really recovered after his injuries, Greg, but he is still a dangerous scorer without that tool.
One of the better finishers still at the rim in the league in terms of guards. His decision to go inside more helped bump that field goal percentage up last season. Not everyone can adjust their game, but Rose managed to do it seamlessly.
And here's Charlotte. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long.
And here is Tatum after Dennis Smith was able to get the three. Oladipo against Evans. Now here's Oladipo. Tight defense on him. No good on that one. Evans kicks to Wiggins. Count it.
Inviting contact on the drive. Wiggins with the aggressive move. Pays off there.
The 76ers off to a slow start. Trailing by 5. The screen from Thompson. Off the screen and finished off by Rose.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now, here's Thompson. Here's Oladipo, and it's sent back by Howard.
And he's led the league in block shots on multiple occasions, and Howard's still a presence down low.
Evans against Oladipo. Pass to Howard. The feed to Smith. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Smith's got 8 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Evans against Oladipo. Here's Rose. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
And he makes the first. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was Plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
Oladipo against Evans. Now here's Oladipo. D right on him. Outside Rose. The 3. And there's Oladipo on the assist by Rose. Oladipo's got his first 3 points of the game. The shot, no good. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, we know what Derrick Rose has been through. The injuries.
I got a clear mind when I play. I can't think.
Colin Rose says no pressure, but I have to feel like there's at least a little bit, guys, of pressure to get back to where he was.
Yeah, I mean, league MVP in 11, once considered a cornerstone for the NBA's youth movement. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive?
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
So on the floor for Philadelphia. Tatum out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Oladipo. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
And the way Oladipo handles himself from inside is commendable. I mean, actually, it's tremendous. He does a nice job utilizing the strength that he has.
Now here's Evans. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
And he's driving inside. Tatum is either going to finish or get himself a trip to the line.
And he makes both free throws.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Smith dishes to Evans. Howard with a screen on Oladipo. It's stolen by Oladipo. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one. Look at that jam.
Come on now. Bring the thunder. Rock that rim. And Oladipo really clever at how he leaks out. I mean, seeing the court extremely well and creating an easy opportunity for himself thanks to that speed and recognition. He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
The screen from Thompson. And Oladipo, here we go. The baseline J. And it's in there. Oladipo's got 6 here in this quarter.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
Evans kicks to Howard. Wiggins outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And still varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether it's half-court transition, he can flat out fill it up in a hurry.
And you know, it's amazing when you look back at the Andrew Wiggins-Kevin Love trade. Safe to say now that I think both teams really got what they wanted out of it.
Now here's Tatum. An 11-point game for him in the win against Utah. On its way from Rose for 2, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. And Wiggins, his young career just getting better and better at scoring, Greg, while increasing his workload.
Yeah, and very few scorers can do that, especially from that 2-guard spot. Wiggins has that special talent where he can flat out carry an offense. Scary to think that this is a kid who is just scratching the surface.
Here's Oladipo following the basket by Chris Bosh. And Thompson kicks to Tatum. Over Wiggins. The shot, no good. Charlotte's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. That shot off, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. This is their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, you know, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. I mean, but you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
But they recover it. Thompson, and that's not going to go. And we're... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Hey again,
Show.
y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome. What a start for Dennis Smith. He had 8 points and 3 assists. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in.
And that wraps up the half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Kind of like what... So it's Philadelphia now. A 2-point game. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Evans out there with Smith. Then there's Howard. And it's Bosh in at the 4 slot. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Here's Oladipo. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. And Clark, some great players who can score no matter the situation. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best finishers right now in a congested lane in a lot of traffic?
Well, there's only one guy on this list for me. I've never seen anybody do the contorting and the finishing from multiple angles against all size of defender that Kyrie Irving does. He is head and shoulders above any other finisher in the league, in my opinion. Nobody has done it like that guy does.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Well, I think the defense flat out gave up. I mean, didn't even try to get back into the picture on that fast break finish.
Rose attacking the putback. Great positioning on the putback. Thompson's got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Bosh, the screen. Smith kicks to Bosh. A baseline J. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 6 points for Chris Bosh.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Rose goes in. Smith with some nice D.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
He feeds it to Howard. Screen by Smith. Crowder against Bosh. And the shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Charlotte lead.
And, you know, Chris Bosh is so skilled, Kevin, close to the bucket. Get him the ball, and he'll find a way to score.
Rose kicks to Oladipo. to the right side. The screen from Thompson. 5 to shoot, and there's the bucket from Tatum.
And Tatum not bashful about pulling up now. He's got a nice, efficient mid-range jumper.
Watching Jason Tatum, it's hard to find many faults in his game, Greg. He's strong inside and out and plays both ends of the floor equally well.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades, right, and master of none. He does everything reasonably well on the basketball floor, just doesn't do anything great. Having said that, though, Tatum is one of those guys that I think improves the overall IQ of your team, and terrific size at his position.
The screen from Thompson. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Oladipo.
And when Oladipo finds a comfort zone on the offensive end, and he's hard to stop. He's a juggernaut offensively when he gets it going.
Wiggins outside. Howard, the pass to Smith. Over Rose. Smith, no good. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And Oladipo, here we go. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans. On defense, Charlotte. The lead is 2. Thompson dishes to Tatum. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Thompson sets the pick for Rose. Shot clock at 5. It's Oladipo on the wing. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's Charlotte up 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hand.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Rose is out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then it's Tatum. And it's Thompson in at the center position. And here's Oladipo. Here's Rose. Now the pass to Oladipo. Another miss by Oladipo.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Smith kicks to Evans. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Rose.
You got to appreciate the skill set of Evans. I mean, Tyreke Evans can play a few different spots for you, and he's got nice handles for a guy his size.
He's off on the second. The 76ers trail by 3. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Wiggins with the rebound. And it's Smith penetrating. Count the basket.
Yeah, you can't give Smith a clear lane to the hole, Kevin. I mean, when he sees it, he gets right into the defense and takes advantage of his speed.
Now here's Tatum, covered by Wiggins. Tatum's shot is off. Charlotte leading by 5. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Evans, and Evans throws it down.
They are still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
Left side Rose. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Howard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The shot's good from Evans.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He wants to change it up defensively and get more people packed into the paint. He said they're beating us up down low. We have to put a stop to it. Let's see if they respond, Kevin.
Here's Charlotte now. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Smith against Rose. Smith the pass to Wiggins. Kicks to Evans. A baseline J, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. The 76ers trail by 10. Rose with the ball. Now Smith defending. It's Oladipo on the wing. Here's Rose. Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
And how about the airtime improvisation from Derrick Rose, able to hang and finish with the defender looming.
1:12 left to play here in the fourth. Now Evans. Howard with a screen on Oladipo. Here's Evans. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And Charlotte leads by 9.
And how about the confidence from Evans? He's feeling like no one can stop him playing with a ton of heart.
Here's Rose. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Lets it fly from 18. No good from Bosch.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Oladipo dishes to Crowder. Off target with his three. And so here's Charlotte. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Now here is Smith. So it's Charlotte picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me,
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Jay Crowder with the Kevin Love stat line.